What's up, you guys? Today is the day. We have finally made it. Drove all the way up here to see Joe. We're getting ready to get this Cypress slab diced up, planed up, get it on back so we can get it finished out. Let's go on inside and let's let everybody check it out.
Second nature, right? You do it so many times.
Boy, it's turning out slick. We're getting there. Hey, so look, I walked over here so you all can hear me. I'm gonna walk back over here where this slab is. The machine's so loud you wouldn't have been able to hear me. But you all remember that we took this slab, somebody else had done, you know, all the resin we had gutted out and scraped out and all that. What we figured out, those bow ties, one of them was in fact resin. The other two looked like they had like a silver pigment, you know, as the finish type of deal. So when I seen the first one was casted resin, I didn't think about the other two not being resin. Turns out those two bow ties are actually aluminum bow ties. So just goes to show you when you're coming in behind work that was done previously, this is still this late in the game. It's just another surprise we didn't know, we weren't expecting. So let me take you over here and show you what I'm talking about. So look, if you can hear me, this is resin. And what we figured out, this is aluminum. This sucker is so hot right now. So as we're sitting here going through this machine, every time we pass on this side, we're having to take sanders and belt sanders to get this aluminum down so it don't mess the machine up going through. We have had a lot of work and a lot of challenges in this top. I'm glad we did it, but I'm glad this is almost to the end of the rainbow. Oh, it's getting there. All right, so we're back here safe at home. Got everything back here, and this is how it looks right out of that drum sander. Everything turned out good. The bow tie, we ended up getting all that situated and figured out. Of course, that was on the bottom. We are oiling the bottom to protect it, to close it, to seal it, but we weren't doing any work on the bottom. So since we got back from the shop there, we have already gotten these edges off. And remember, that's what I was telling you. See, I was able to slice right by without getting into the wood, and all this needs to be done now is cleaned up through the sanding process. The same with down here on this end. So all that is done. We're getting ready to start now with the sanding process. In the winter time, in the colder months, here in Kentucky, we actually bring this here in our back room. We've got, you know, DeWalt little orbit sander. We hook it to a shop vac, and we kind of make life simple. We don't want to be out in the cold, having the wood out in the cold, having to bring it in, let it all acclimate, all that other stuff. So the top's been protected all the way from Shelbyville back to here. And now we're getting ready to clean up and dress up all these sides. Normally Tom would be recording while I'm doing some of the stuff. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. My main mission right now is to get all this face, these two sides, the back. I'm going to get all this cleaned up. There's not a whole lot going on the surface. We are actually ready to walk that down in the grits. This came out of the drum sander at about a 150. I'm going to go back a step to 120, then 150, then 180, 220, and so on. And I'm going to walk this up to 400. Get these pores here nice and open. Get everything really smooth like silk. And then I'll bring you all back in as I'm doing the oil, and I'll show you as it's going on. That's always the favorite part. So stay tuned. So look, I just wanted to take a second and show you. I'm cleaning all this up before I go down in the grits and start working all this. And this right here is what I'm cleaning up. That's where all these pores from earlier in the process, you know, some of them had ran over. And as you can see going down, you can see a definite stop line. So that's where I've been. And you can clearly see where I haven't been. So this orangey little tint right here, coming through with a sander and getting all this off. It's going to clean all that wood up right there. And then we'll start our 120 from that point and get all this real nice and smooth on up to 400. I'm using 100 grit right now just to come through and take these resin runs away, and really not trying to dig into nothing, just getting this little top layer here to go away and look like that end. Then I'll be ready to start all this sanding process through. All right, y'all, so I'm done walking this down through the grit, and it looks fantastic. Looks fantastic. So I'm getting ready to start the oil process. This is the finished side. I already done the underneath. So I'll tell you, you know, I love all the character in the Cypress. I love that crack, but what I really like in all woods is when it does like that right there. Those little guys are really cool. They're really special. And they, you know, they're just usually over here all by themselves, just a small little knot of the wood, character of it coming right out. But those are the ones, to me, these are my absolute favorites, where you get all the different variations in tone, color, everything. It looks like we got a little blue, a little black in there. We've got several different tones of browns, and you can see the wood grain as it goes down. It's got just all kinds of variations in tint, but these are definitely my favorite. I love those little guys, where they hit and how cool they look. So anyway, we are ready for everybody's favorite part. So I'm gonna close this one out right now. You all tune in, look for the next one. Get this oiled up and show you this pretty finish.